Hey guys, I'm Evelyn and today I have a Shop My Stash makeup try on video. I'm going to be using a Veroni glitter palette and a couple of other bits and bobs here. So if you want to see the look that I create, carry on watching, please like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Before we start, I'm going to do the usual perfume of the video, which is, I think everyone knows this one, Fantasy by Britney Spears. And this I first tried when I was like a teenager, so it's like a very nostalgic scent, kind of, you know, that like basic, this brings back good memories, I guess. And at the time, this is quite a unique and really strong, potent scent, especially for the price range as well. Okay, so let's just spray this and remind ourselves. Yeah, it's like fresh and like, it's a very like mood lifting fragrance, I would say. And it says it's got kiwi, quince, lychee, all those like fruity tropical notes, and that's the bottle. Remember the bright pink bottle with like the green, lime green crystals? I feel like it's a nice, bright, vibrant type of scent. So before we get into actually putting it on, let me quickly give you a proper viewing of the Veroni glitter palette. Isn't this gorgeous? Like, what? And so many like bright colours, like I hope it applies really well. I found this palette through Kayla Dawn Cook on TikTok, and then as soon as I saw her with it, and I think she used the pinks, I was like, oh my god, this looks stunning, I need to try it. And then I looked for it online but I couldn't find it for a while, and then I saw it on Temu, and also it used to be on Shein as well. I think this brand is also on Amazon, but the US Amazon, so if you're in the UK, I'd say look for it on Temu if you're wanting to try it. I wanted to go with like a muted champagne colour to go with like the, you know, the muted yellow top that I'm wearing. I haven't had lunch yet, so I'm just gonna like, you know, go with the sugar hit from Rubicon's Guava. I'm gonna use my fingers. I think that's gonna give the best payoff. So this champagne colour, they're not named. So I'm just gonna go in with this one. Okay, it feels smooth. It's kind of like dipping my hand into cocoa butter. I just did like a natural skin tone shade, and then did my corner of the eyes with like a peachy shadow. Wow, it feels gritty, that's what I've noticed. But the colour payoff is really good. Like it's not, you know, it's not like, it doesn't disappear, so that's good. Okay, so I'm like rubbing so gently and it's just so potent, the colour, can you just see? Such a stunning bronzy shade. And it has really good grip, like I noticed that. And I did try a little palette in Primark, and I remember like the colours being really gorgeous and stuff, but as soon as I put my fingers in it, it was like, you could tell, it was just like, it was almost like Vaseline, so. And you know that's just gonna melt off and like fade away real quick. It's so gorgeous. I'm so glad I got this though. Once I learn how to actually apply it, I think I'll really like it. And the palette, it was like, I found it for, I think it was about £9 something. So that's a really, you know, they give you 24 of the, you know, the little pans. And the fallout isn't like, you can see like all I have is like two little specks here, right? So I think that's really good. I would say to you, order this right now. If you're watching this video, like right after the video or while you're watching it, I'd say try and get your hands on it. So really, I think it's a very like, the amount of shades it has, it's like well worth it. So I'm really glad that Kayla Dawn Cook showed it on her TikTok like a little while ago, not too long ago. Alright, and you can go with it with a lighter hand and get like, you know, a more subtle like glitter look. And then once like the face stuff is done, like the base, I think it will really pop even more. Oh, this stuff makes me excited to like play with makeup. Like products like these, you know? And especially when they're like a bargain. I like that even more. I like giving products a sniff test, and I'm not really smelling anything like, I'm not really getting a scent. I'm more so smell the box than the actual like product. That's good. There's no like chemical smell. This is like so gorgeous. Some higher end like palettes with glitter haven't come out this way, I feel like. They're not as opaque as this. I don't know. quite surprised. I'm going to try and like create some definition around the outer corners and then go in with like a lighter glitter. So yeah, if you're fussy about fallout, just be really careful when you're using it. Maybe use like your pinky finger to apply it, but to be honest, I don't mind. I feel like you can disguise any mistakes with tidying it up at the end, or like what I'm doing now, like defining it on the outer corners. But I do notice like, yeah, there is like lifting, so you've got a okay, I'm noticing lifting. I think that's like one of the downsides, but I think you could just go over it again, but like cautiously, you know, don't. And I think the more you play around with it, you'll know, like, you'll improve your technique on how to apply it, I think. Alright, got that done, and then just be patient till the end, and then it will come together, I promise. It always does, right? So yeah, we know that about makeup, so yeah. And what should I do next? I don't know if I want to do a lighter glitter on the inner part. Oh my god, I've got it in my hair too. Okay, looks pretty. It's kind of hard for me to see because the viewfinder is quite small, but here it's very noticeable. Like I can really see it. It's like it's stunning and it's just in your face. It reminds me of like Sex and the City when they go out for a night out. That kind of like that vibe, especially what Carrie wears. So there is this white one. I don't know whether to go in with that on the inner corner, or maybe this like more paler gold, because I put on this bronzy one. I don't know whether to go in with this paler gold or the white. Alright, so I've got a brush like this. I'm gonna first try the white one. Comes off quite gritty and chunky. Oh my gosh. I don't know about this colour. This colour might be one that you put on a dark eyeshadow, and then it will pop more. No, I don't think this white is the answer for this look. I don't think this is the one, but let's just do the same on the other side and then go over it. I'm gonna do the paler gold instead. Maybe if you had like, I don't know, a deep dark blue matte shadow and then you go over it with the white, then that would like make it, I don't know, a bit more, it would make it like a glittery, glistening kind of blue. But let me try the pale gold now, which looks like this. It's quite similar to the other one. It's just hard to get in there because I'm wearing the press-on nails, so it's like, ugh. But yeah, this one is much better, yeah. So basically I used the pale gold and the bronzy one here. I don't want it to lift, so I'm gonna kind of not go too close. I'm gonna put on my usual brown like eyeshadow liner and see. Okay. Maybe I should have used like some pink because my top has pink in it as well. I never thought of that. I might still do it though. I'm actually gonna try and add a bit of the baby pink because, like, you know, it's a bit boring just to do two shades. So I think I'm gonna do this baby pink. I like the tone of it more. And again, you don't have to dig your finger into it for it to give you like good colour payoff. I'm just doing slightly and look how much. And you're not just like getting literal Vaseline on your fingers, so that's really good, I think. Some glitter palettes have been like awful like that. Where should I put the pink? Ooh, okay. I think I'm gonna get a star, but hopefully not. Keep applying my salt water with cotton round to keep it at bay. I notice that works best, like as soon as you feel like a sty coming on, because I think I was told that I have oily tear ducts or something like that at Specsavers when I got my eyes tested. And so like what I've noticed is before I would have to get like eye ointments and eye drops and everything, but I really think like some home remedies work if you keep on top of it. So as soon as you feel any kind of, you know, pain or like tingling that pesky eyesight is about to start, just like get a little ramekin of warm water with salt, and then just like, you know, dip your cotton pad in and then wipe around like where it is. I do it like about 3 times a day, and then literally by the second day it doesn't develop into anything, so you kind of catch it before it starts. So I think because it's a baby pink, it doesn't look that out of place with all the bronzy shades. So yeah, that brand Veroni should do more glitter palettes, I say. I mean, 24 is a lot of shades to be honest, but, or just like other eyeshadow palettes. Okay, what I'm noticing is there is an issue with lifting, so that's kind of the downside. But if you get your application right, and maybe actually don't apply it on top of, don't put down a base of matte, you know, like a neutral thing shade that like I did. I think just do it directly onto your like moisturized skin or your primer, and then maybe then the lifting issue will be not as bad as like I'm starting to see it now lifting. But because it is glitter, it's like less noticeable. It kind of camouflages, I think. I should have probably eaten the quiche before I started. If you wear contacts, like, don't you hate when your makeup sticks to your, like literally in the center of your contacts? It looks like it's on your actual pupil. Look, do you see how eyeliner just brings all the looks together? For me anyway, some people have like really defined, nicely like almond eyes or whatever, but yeah, do you have any glitter palettes that you would suggest that wouldn't have lifting, like maybe higher end ones? Or is this just the case with like all glitter, you know, pressed, foiled, whatever they're called? Like it's more technique than the actual product, is that what it is? Or like a bit of both? If I didn't have my press-on nails, I think I would have way more like precision with where I was applying it, I think. Get a wipe, remove the bottom part, the bottom like fall out, and then go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. What is it called? A serum? Tinted foundation? I need to read the label properly. And I'd say definitely with glitters, like especially like the, you know, the chunkier ones, it works best with lashes, I feel like, so I'll be adding that. And also I'm going to be trying the Morphe Highlight and Contour Beauty Sponge. I don't know, is the Flawless Filter, is it best to apply it with a sponge or a brush? Usually I like sponges. I feel like they apply better on my skin. What's the best results that you guys have gotten? So this is the Morphe Beauty Sponge. I've been using the massive Real Techniques one, so it's kind of, I don't know, this feels tiny compared to that massive one that I use, the Face and Body Real Techniques one, but let's just see how it goes. It's got a really nice like point. Okay, and this is what the sponge looks like after it's been wet. I like wetting it in like really hot water, kind of warm, but if it's like brand new, in really hot water. And then I feel like that prevents like the foundation or whatever, the liquid, from like not just sticking to the surface, like it almost melts it in more and like more seamlessly for me, I feel, if I use really hot water, especially like at the start of a new sponge, and then like dry it up a bit in either like a face towel or yeah, a paper towel, kitchen towel, and then it feels ready and not too wet, because then it's still gonna have the same effect of like kind of drinking up your, you know, your liquid foundation. Another exciting product that I've been waiting to try is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It just says Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. Remember when like everyone went crazy over this, and then Elf done a dupe and everything, but I got one for me and one for my sister, and mine has just been sitting in the drawer. I picked up the shade 5.5 and it says tan. I can't remember the one that I got my sister, but she really loved it, and then she went and got the e.l.f. one as well, and a lot of people say that's just as good, or it's like a really good alternative. I still don't know, like it doesn't say what it is though. It just says flawless filter for a superstar youth glow. Okay, so it just says it's a all over the face. What? So how you apply it is all over the face as a flawless filter. Oh, on top of foundation if you want extra coverage. Okay. And it says, let me just read the little part, I never really do. So, the future has arrived, Hollywood flawless filter, a magical new flawless filter for perfect looking skin, enriched with lamellar filler, which acts like a digitally enhanced filter for your skin. It soft focuses, perfects, and illuminates for a dewy, flawless, superstar youth glow. Like, those are like mouthfuls, but yeah, I get like the results, you know, have been really good. So I've seen them like all over the internet. So let me get this opened. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter. The packaging is so nice and chunky, I like it. And it looks, you know, luxe and luxurious and glamorous. Like all the things like Charlotte Tilbury, you know, is in their like ad campaigns and stuff. So yeah, I like that. It's got the embossed Charlotte Tilbury logo. And again, the shade at the bottom, 5.5 in tan. So okay, I'm gonna give it a good shake. Okay, so that is the thick doe foot. Yeah, that's quite a nice, deep enough shade for me, I think. It will give me like a bronzy glow, I'm like thinking. I didn't want to go too light, but not too deep either. So I'm gonna try and use it like as a, you know, a standalone product. I don't know if I'm meant to like swipe it or is that unhygienic. Maybe I'll swipe it here. And swipe some off on my hand. Ooh, the way it applies, it's almost like, looks like some flawless melted caramel on my hand. Hopefully you can see what I mean. It has like a glowy, glistening thing about it, right? Like a satiny look. And then I'm going to dab the sponge in. I actually think it's better to wipe the stick right on your face because I feel like it kind of disappeared. There's definitely like a nice tone and like a bronzy tan shade. It feels nice and like moisturising. I'm just gonna apply it. It's only for me anyway, so I feel like it's better to do it this way. So this is like me all pale, and then this is when I start to mix this in. Is it still like the 3 shades or have they added some? I'm not sure, because this isn't really like a foundation, right? It's like an illuminating I don't know, like extra layer or something, right? A filtering. Oh, okay, kind of reminds me of like basically a tinted moisturizer, right? It's very glowy. I'm thinking like products like the Drunk Elephant one, the bronzing drops are similar to this. Okay. So it is quite very sheer, so I was expecting it to be not as sheer, but it's still nice. Like, and I feel like if you want coverage like over foundation, this will make it look even more like satiny and glowy and just like, you know, expensive looking skin, like on their campaign ads again. I wonder if it has like any like tiny specks of shimmer. I'm not noticing any like specks of shimmer. It definitely gives a glow. If you have oily skin, I think just be aware to like maybe use it over a foundation, or you're gonna powder up after, so that will balance it out hopefully. Okay, nothing much, like it's just a makeup smell. maybe I could have done with one shade lighter. The sponge applies good. It doesn't take as long as I thought. I was thinking like, oh, if I go back to the normal size beauty blenders, it will take me so much longer, but no, not really. It's just a bit more firmer. It also gives you precision, especially with that end. So I don't know who showed me this technique. Well, I saw it online, I mean, on a TikTok or something. But to put, if you have like issues with creasing and stuff like that, to put the concealer lower and then not too much, like 2 dabs I think I saw. I can't remember who the person was. And then blend it outward and then go on, you know, over here on your eyelids. And then come back around and like the last remaining bits, then put that onto the, you know, the lower, like close to the lower lash line, so that like you don't get as much creasing, because usually what creates that is like having too much product right there where usually lines are. So I've been doing that and I think it helps a bit, so I like that technique. Whoever it was that showed it, thank you. Because like the temptation is usually just to, you know, go in fully with concealer right under the eye, thinking, oh yeah, that will give the best coverage and look, but yeah. Makes my forehead look really bronze, right? It's kind of odd though, because it's like it's so sheer, but look how much colour it's still adding to me. Definitely has like a bronzing effect to it, like a bronzy glowy effect. I'm just gonna like try and get out any creases from the concealer and then go in with, you know, these little triangle puffs and powder underneath my eye with like a peachy yellowy powder that I've mixed. Let's be careful not to do too much of powder either, because that's usually my urge. I think we're getting there. It's starting to look alright, I think, right? I don't want to take away too much of the flawless filter, like the glowiness of it though, with all this powder, so hopefully I can still, you know, keep that glowy effect in some areas, like, you know, the top of my whole forehead. Wow, it really does give like a glow. It's kind of, it's easier to see here on the mirror when I'm looking like more downwards, but yeah, it just, I love that, what it's doing around here, like the satiny glowy vibe. I'm gonna do powder bronzer. It has like a slightly, quite like gentle tacky feeling about it, like as you touch it, I feel, which is good. It grabs onto, like, it will, you know, make your makeup last, I think, the stuff that you put on top of it. It's not nothing too sticky or nothing like that. I noticed that it kind of grabbed when I put bronzer on my nose. I'm thinking that's from the slight like tackiness of the flawless filter. Okay, I want to add more of a neutral bronzer just to balance it out. Yeah, so you can tell the difference that, you know, the lower lash shadow makes, right? Look at this darkness, less definition, and then this, and then it starts to just, you know, come together nicely, I think. I just can't resist the urge to be like right here in the mirror. It's like short-sightedness issues. Again, it's coming together even more with the bottom lashes, mascaraed up. Yeah, so you see, like, the way I had like a base eyeshadow before the glitters, that is just, it's been picked up, especially like around my, I don't know, where I blink, like there. But I really like the look of it actually. the pink, the bronze, and then the lighter gold. I think it works, and it works well with the top, I think. Oh, onto blush. The e.l.f. highlighter and blush duo, and this is the shade Cantaloupe, and I think this came out probably last year because this has been in my drawer for a while, so I'm finally using it. It's like the story of my life right now. Until I finish everything I have in that drawer, then I'll be like onto, you know, like restocking. Like the tone of this, like it's that kind of really light muted peach. I think that works really well, like especially for like a natural undone makeup look, which is my favourite, as I've said before. It says Bite Size Face Duo. I think this is now discontinued, so I mean you could still find it, you know, like on Amazon, eBay, but it I couldn't find it on, I think I probably got it from Superdrug. Okay, and that is the tone of it. It's a nice like understated peach, I think. Yeah, so it's almost like barely there, kind of like a bronzer, a pale bronzer look, but it is there, you know, that peachiness is there. It's like that subtle glow, which I really like, so hopefully you're seeing it too. So e.l.f. products are just like, you know, standard, reliable, I think. Does it have a smell? No. Okay. I feel like I should add a bit more of the pink though, because I don't want it to be all one tone of like peach and beige. But let's see, after the lipstick, then I will decide. Okay, I can see it. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, I like the tone of it. Can you see? And it really matches well with the tone of the blush, I would say, this highlighter. And it's like brightening, it's not too bronzy, which I find some highlighters to be, and not too like ice white, because you're not always in the mood for that. Okay, like a subtle highlight. It might look a bit powdery at the start, but I think like once my natural like oils come through, then it will all just, you know, like mesh nicely together. Put some bit at the top. Oh, I might have done a bit too much towards the front. I kind of struggle knowing where my cheekbone is. I think the other day I tried it lower and it looked better, but I just have a habit of going quite high, and then I don't know, it's not as noticeable unless you're like really, like unless I'm like really on my side. Almost got like a watery look effect to it. There's just two more products to try. This I got ages ago in Australia, and I hadn't used it. It is the Sephora Eye Pencil to Go in the shade Shiny Taupe. So I'll see how it looks on my waterline. So this is Shiny Taupe. It's a nice muted taupey brown. It has like good colour. It might be a formula that dries though, so that's why you kind of have to press a bit harder. I wonder how that looks. Like, does that close off my eyes, or does it make it, you know, like wide awake and open? It's kind of why I stay away from darker shades on my waterline. It almost just makes me look, I don't know, messy. I feel like, in my opinion, but I feel like what it is, it changes the shape of my eye, and I don't like it. It emphasizes a shape that I don't want. It's still kind of like a sultry, it's meant to be sultry, right, when you put darker shade in your waterline, but I don't know what it is. There's something that turns me off about it on me. personally. Like I love it on, you know, like the Arab ladies when they get the kohl and then they put it just like that stick and then just go like that and it just makes their eye colour pop. But for me, no, I think I would rather use this like, you know, as an actual eyeliner. I don't want to make my eye style worse. That's why I'm avoiding the nude, which I would normally use, like this nude. This really opens up my eyes, but I get irritated from it. I just don't know why. I'm gonna put it on the top of my eye instead. Let's see what it does. With the eyeliner and without. Probably on its own, you could see the actual colour of this liner, and it would look nicer. Gave more of a, you know, pop, I think. I think I got it because they said that Kylie Jenner used kind of like a taupey waterline liner. I try it with a more subtle look, but with the glitter plus that, I feel like it's just too smoky to like for me. It kind of reminds me of owl eyes. I think that's what it does to me. Like the dark waterline, it gives me that look, that vibe, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna go add my lashes and come back. Now we're gonna move on to an exciting part, which is this Kiko lipstick. It says it's from the holiday collection, so it says Joyful Holiday Sparkling Lips lipstick, and I got it in the shade 01. This is actually like, it's been rebranded, or like just the packaging has changed a little bit. I think every like Christmas season they make these sparkly like lipsticks, but they just like change the packaging a bit. So the one that you might find in store may look a bit different, but this is the one that I had in my stash. It's got the crystals at the top. Kiko. So usually when I get sparkly glosses, they kind of just don't, you know, keep that glossy effect, that sparkly glitter effect long enough. So I thought a lipstick version might be what works for me more. Nice, like natural nudie warm shade. Right, so I'm gonna put this on my lips. Right. Is it more like pinkish than I thought? I swatched it a tiny bit, but not properly. So I'm gonna go on I'm getting a bit of like a mauvey, you know, tone, but when you look at it, it looks more like brick red, warm brownish. I'm gonna keep building it up and see. Feels good, like there's a tiny bit of grit from the sparkles. It definitely gives me that, like, you know, 80s, 90s shimmer lipstick vibe. I feel like these are nice because they make your lips look bigger, I think. Or like more definition and stuff, but you can overdo it, I think. I wouldn't apply it on too thick, but you see it in the stick, it looks more brown, right? And then on my lip, it might be also to do with my the colour of my lip, so. But I like it. It can be like a subtle lip colour too. If you just don't put on too much, maybe dab it a bit. I don't know if it clashes with the glitters on the eyes though. Let me look from a bit of a distance. I think you could definitely overdo this. So let me pat it a bit and then maybe I'm gonna try a brown liner to make it match like the look of this makeup. I forgot where to look for a moment there. I was like does it give like a 90s sheeny lipstick? What's it? There's a name for it. I always forget the name though. The 90s like shimmer metallic lipstick. I don't mind it. I think if I didn't have glitter eyeshadow, I feel like if you have the lipstick then you could like matte out the eye look instead. So they're not like overpowering each other, but this is what Sparkling Joy looks like. I think it's still available on Kiko, but it's just got a different name. If you look up the holiday collection, it's still there, and there's also a pinkier one and I think a red one. So with lip liner I think it works. It's not as mauvey as I first thought. It's kind of also got like silvery sparkles, which I like. you know, it gives my lips something like dimension, so I like it for that. I wouldn't say I would wear it again with the glitter look though. I would wear it like with a matte eyeshadow look. It's one that you can dress up or dress down. So yeah, I like this little lipstick. And I finally got like a metallic looking lip colour that's gonna last. I think this won't fade like how a lip gloss would, I feel like most lip glosses anyway. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. My favourite ones I would say is like the Veroni palette, definitely. The colours are just so nice and intense, you know, so I really like this palette. The Charlotte Tilbury, like I like it, like I can see, you know, that flawless filter thing that they mention. I can see that on my forehead area. Colour maybe a tiny bit too deep for me, or a bit too on the orange side, like reddish side, and I prefer it to be more like olive green toned. So maybe that was just my choice, like in the shade that I picked. I am happy with the Kiko sparkling lipstick. I think it will be a great topper as well with like a more brownie nude lipstick or liquid lipstick. I think adding a bit of this will just give it that extra little, you know, something, so I'm glad I've got this. Right, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what is in your stash or your favourite item at the moment, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.